Hi Ravens. So writing an advanced body paragraph is a little bit different than writing a regular one. In an advanced body paragraph, you're going to explain two pieces of evidence and write your explanation twice. So the first sentence you have is a bridge sentence, which we're not going to exactly worry about today, but it is something that you are welcome to add into your paragraph. The next sentence you have is a topic sentence, introduce evidence, explanation, where I'm going to really explain how my evidence supports my topic sentence. It's really a bridge. Then I have a transition sentence where I'm transitioning from my explanation and my first piece of evidence to my second piece of evidence. Then I introduce my evidence again. I write my evidence. I do a second explanation. And then I write a clincher sentence in order to wrap up my entire paragraph. So let's take a look at my graphic organizer. So today I'm going to be focusing on rats are our friends, reason 3. So rats raised like livestock are a healthy food that can help us solve the world's growing nutrition needs. So this is what I have so far. So these are the 3 steps that you did yesterday. This is what mine sounds like. Rats raised like livestock are a healthy food that can help us solve the world's growing nutrition needs. Rats are eaten in many countries across the world. In O Rats, Albert Marin states, according to a report by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, rats and mice make up over 50% of the meat eaten in some parts of the country, Ghana. So let's look at writing an effective explanation. So in my explanation, I want to make sure that by the end, you have a strong understanding of both my topic sentence and my evidence, and that you're persuaded to believe my claim. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to rewrite my evidence right here. So I want to rewrite in my own words about how rats make up 50% of the meat eaten in Ghana. So this is how I do that. I say, that means that, and then I cross that off because I do not want any sentence starters in my writing, but it can help me think about it. So that means that rodents make up half of the meat in Ghana, the same amount as all other meat combined: chicken, beef, pork, goat, lamb, etc. I'm going to have you pause, and I want you to go ahead and rewrite your evidence. So now that you've rewritten your evidence, now I want you to put in some reasoning. Here's the place where you really want to make the connection between the evidence and the topic sentence. You might actually include some additional details here in order to help me understand your reason and also your overall claim. So the way that I do that is that I really want to come back to the idea of how in America, what we think of eating rats, right? Because I think that that will really help you understand the problem. So, although Americans may find the idea of eating rats disgusting, the fact that in some parts of the world, rats and other rodents are a large part of the diet proves that they can be a significant food source. Okay, so I'm only writing one sentence in this case because I think that it's enough. So I want you to go ahead and pause and write your reasoning at this time. All right, so now you have your rewrite, you have your reasoning. Now I'm going to refocus. So when I refocus, I want to bring my reader back to my claim. Okay, I want to make that connection really clear. So my claim talks about how it could solve growing nutritional needs. Here's my last sentence. Because they are full of protein, rats are nutritious. Really simple. Go ahead and make sure that you have each part of your explanation done, and then come back to continue writing your paragraph. So now that you have your topic sentence, intro evidence, and a great explanation, we're going to go ahead and write our transition sentence. So here you're going to transition like a bridge between your first piece of evidence and your second. So in order to do that, we should probably look at the two pieces of evidence together. So my first piece of evidence is about how rat meat is rich in protein, and since no creature can live without the right proteins in its diet, some nutritionists believe rats might solve the problem of world hunger. My second piece of evidence is, according to a report by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, rats and mice make up over 50% of the meat eaten in some parts of the country of Ghana. So I want to move actually from the second piece of evidence to the first piece of evidence, and I want to do it in a way that kind of bridges them, right? So I might say something like this. Although some people might not want to eat a rat, they can be important for people across the globe, right? Because that is also coming back to the world hunger idea. So I'm going to have you again pause, and I want you to go ahead and write your transition sentence, looking at both the first piece of evidence and the second piece of evidence to make sure that it goes together. So now I'm going to kind of go through the motions again. I'm going to introduce my evidence, cite my evidence, and explain my evidence. This time I'm going to explain my evidence using a different strategy, and I really encourage you to do the same. For example, for this reason, Marin states that. Now you're just going to write your evidence right below that. Go ahead and pause and do both of those steps. Okay, so now we're going to come back to our explanation, right? We're going Okay, so now we're going to come back to explanation, and we're going to follow these steps again. We're going to rewrite, write our reasoning, and refocus. Here's my example. This means that, again, I cross it off, rats are nutritious and can provide necessary nutrients to people around the world. Growing rats to feed people in poverty can be a vital ingredient in addressing world hunger. This is especially important with the quickly growing global population. We could promote raising rats like other livestock to help address this issue. I want you to pause and make sure that you do all three of these steps. You rewrite, you reason, and you refocus. Okay, so you're almost done. You've almost written your entire body paragraph. Now we just need to write an effective clincher sentence. So remember, in your clincher, you're restating your claim in a different way and connecting it back to that controlling idea. So how does this paragraph support the central argument, right? So my central claim is domesticated rats are our friends because they make excellent pets. They help us learn about medicine, and they help us feed the world. My topic sentence is, rats raised like livestock are a healthy food that can help us solve the world's growing nutrition needs. So I want to make sure that in my clincher, I'm coming back to both of these ideas and really giving a final punch for that final sentence. So here it is. In order to meet the increasing demands on our food supply, we need to accept the idea that our friend, the rat, could be an excellent source of nutrition. In this sentence, I both come back to the nutrition need of our world, and I come back to the fact that they are our friends. So here's our final product. We have the entire thing written. I want you to go ahead and read over my example, and then go ahead and read over your example. What kind of differences do you see? Where are places that you could add more language that's persuasive or really pulling me in and making me believe what you do? When you're finished, you can get started writing your next body paragraph.